Spider-Man is done putting villains in jail. Then he leaves, instructing him to spread the word. Spider-Man is done playing nice.
Jonah! I don't care anymore, Jonah! Isn't this what you wanted? You've been whipping up the city for—
I mean, what he thought Spider-Man was is what he became. All right. He wanted this so bad. Jonah wanted this so bad, so this is what he's gonna get.
Spider-Man shows Kingpin what's left of them. Kingpin calmly gets up and tells him that he's found out his identity after researching the woman who died in the fire, Aunt May. He explains how he investigated him, hoping to kidnap his family or friends, but found no one, telling him that Peter simply has to live with the fact that nobody really cares about him. But Peter kills him with one punch. Jonah instantly tells them that Spider-Man has to be stopped no matter what, and he decides to help them too. But as Dr. Octopus begins—
You know it's bad if Doc Ock is talking to Jonah. You know it's bad.
your trap! You know how many times I fought all of you? How many times I stopped myself from killing you?
Yeah? Well, you've never fought me!
Buddy, I don't even know who the f you are!
Electro tries to attack.
What y'all think we doing today? Nerd science or comic stories? What y'all think we doing today? If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that sub button. For those who do that immediately, I appreciate you. Even if you don't and you just watch the video, like, that's love too. You know, whatever. But this is a newer comic we're going to be taking a look at. Spider-Man begins killing his villains after Aunt May's death. So this is basically like when Spider-Man starts holding back, right? Because, I mean, we all know Spider-Man could kill all his villains and, you know, there wouldn't have to be a Spider-Man anymore. Let me know down in the comments below what you guys are thinking immediately. Do you guys think there is even a villain, like a Spider-Man villain, Spider-Man would find it hard to take down? Because I feel like every Spider-Man villain just about could be destroyed instantly if Spider-Man really wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, let's check this out though, boys.
Peter Parker had just woken up from a nightmare that showed him how many people were still hurt.
Crazy as hell.
Peter Parker had just woken up from a nightmare.
Blood in his throat.
Peter Parker had just woken up from a nightmare that showed him how many people were still hurt by the villains, even after he had captured them and put them in jail. And he's finally about to realize that killing them might be the only option. You see, Spider-Man's suit had once been damaged in a fight, and Hulk explained that there was a machine that could repair superhero suits instantly. But when Spider-Man entered the building, he used the wrong machine, one that bonded him with a symbiote, a parasitic alien that survives by attaching itself to a host. So for a long time, Peter didn't realize
This looks like an older comic though, no?
it was alive, and when he finally discovered its true nature, he got rid of it. But how would Spider-Man have changed if he never did?
God, the nightmares keep getting worse.
Yeah, that was Kingpin. He just like damn near punched Kingpin's head
Or
off.
did.
Look. You can see the brain matter, dude. Look at the brain matter. Bro put his whole hand into his head. And you know that's Kingpin. You know it is. Look at them big hands in this suit. You know that's Kingpin.
Changed if he never did.
God, the nightmares keep getting worse.
As Peter struggles to sleep, he decides to put on his symbiote suit and go out into the city. As he swings around helping people, it becomes clear that the suit is the only thing making him feel good right now. Because at this point, Peter and MJ are still more like close friends with strong feelings than an actual couple, and MJ is constantly worried about him while trying to distance herself from his life, especially when she sees him growing closer to Black Cat.
Peter, it's me.
God.
It's MJ.
Mary Jane, I'm so sorry.
Your door was unlocked. What the hell?
Peter begins to explain his nightmares,
What the hell?
while MJ tells him how worried she's been
What did he
about him.
do?
She and Cat.
Peter, it's
Damn.
me. It's MJ.
Mary Jane, I'm so sorry.
Your door was unlocked. What the hell?
Peter begins to explain his nightmares, while MJ tells him how worried she's been about him. She insists that something is definitely wrong with him and with the new suit, and points out how much he has changed over the past few weeks. Peter finally agrees with her and decides to visit Reed Richards so he can have the suit examined. But that's when Hobgoblin attacks him. But this time, Spider-Man doesn't.
Bro, he wasted no time. He said, bro, her Hobgoblin laughing from a distance. It was like, okay, let me deal with you right quick. Bah! Bro, he took him out immediately.
Richards so he can have the suit examined. But that's when Hobgoblin attacks him. But this time, Spider-Man doesn't hold back. With no games this time,
Damn, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, this is when you know Spider-Man's not playing around. Bro knocked him off the glider
back.
and took his mask off. He's not playing.
With no games this time, he quickly tears off his mask, revealing his identity.
I just wanted
he punches
power
him again and declares that Spider-Man is done putting villains in jail. Then he leaves, instructing him to spread the word Spider-Man is done playing nice.
Spider-Man's playing for
Black
keeps.
Cat, angrily ranting about villains.
Yeah.
They end up kissing, and Peter admits he doesn't fully understand why, but the anger he feels toward villains keeps growing stronger. He finally goes to see Reed. When Human Torch tells him that Peter is here, Peter suddenly snaps at him and tells him to shut up. Reed and Johnny immediately realize something is wrong, so they begin testing him as Peter explains that he only feels okay when he's wearing the suit. So they continue their tests. Peter falls asleep and begins having nightmares where the suit tells him again that he has to hurt some people if he wants to save others. He wakes up and Reed immediately tells him that the suit appears to be bonding with him, physically and mentally changing him. Peter looks at Reed for a moment, then turns and starts to leave, so Reed tries to stop him. But Peter grabs his hand, stopping him in place, and then walks out of the building, telling Reed that now he knows what he needed to know, not realizing that soon his life is about to change. Because after this, he decides to visit Aunt May, not realizing that Hobgoblin is after him. They sit down and talk, telling each other how much they love one another, but that's when Hobgoblin shows up. Peter begins to brutally overpower him as Hobgoblin rants about how furious he is at Peter for
Unmasking me, threatening me. He's so mad. Okay, but like a goblin doesn't understand that Peter could really just tear him apart, bro. Like he doesn't get that. His brain is like, it's not braining, you know? I don't think it's clocking. I don't think it's clocking in his brain that he can really get messed up fighting Spider-Man for real. You know what I mean? Like they put on a show whenever they fight. You know, it's usually a show, but this isn't a show anymore. Like Spider-Man is ready and willing to end this man's life. Like,
But Peter doesn't care. He keeps beating him, completely consumed by rage, until he suddenly realizes,
Wait. Oh God. Aunt May! I'm coming.
No.
Fire. Let me.
No.
Please, let me.
Will kill us.
to.
Cannot.
the symbiote tells Peter that he's sorry, explaining that he can't go into the fire since that's his main weakness. He then tells him that it's too late.
Now that, as much as it's the villain's fault, right, it's also Peter's fault having that symbiote on and not fighting against the symbiote. I'm not even gonna put the blame on the symbiote for real.
Blaming the hobgoblin for everything, Peter gets fully consumed by the suit as his enemy tries to escape. But this time, Peter has had enough, as we see him webbing him up and
No matter what I do, people get hurt. But I can stop it now. I have the power. It's time to use it.
As Hobgoblin dies, Peter begins explaining to the symbiote that now he understands, that he finally realizes letting villains walk away alive will never solve.
The only reason why he now realizes that he needs to just start killing villains is because he lost Aunt May. That's the only reason why. Had he not had the symbiote, Aunt May probably would not be dead. Right? Like,
The problem. As the symbiote consumes him more and more, he tells Peter not to worry, because now all of that guilt isn't only on Peter's shoulders, but on his as well. As he walks through the city, he tells the symbiote that he doesn't feel bad, but he does feel shame. He admits he's afraid of someone finding out, but when he looks to the right, he notices the Daily Bugle already writing about him, which instantly makes him angry. Kingpin finds out instantly and realizes that he might be next, so he begins thinking of a plan. At the same time,
He said,
Jonah
"My God."
Jameson immediately starts
see, Kingpin knows he's about to get cooked too, bro. My criminal empire can handle a 5% deficit due to a Spider-Man's interference, but it cannot tolerate my death.
begins thinking of a plan.
Wesley, let's make some calls, shall we?
At the same time, Jonah Jameson immediately starts scolding his colleague, saying he was right about Spider-Man all along. But when his colleague leaves, Jonah looks through the window and sees...
Jonah! I don't care anymore, Jonah! Isn't this what you wanted? You've been whipping up the city for...
I mean, Jonah's been... He thinks what he thought Spider-Man was is what he became. All right. He wanted this so bad. Jonah wanted this so bad, so this is what he's gonna get.
For years, telling them I'm a criminal when all I've ever done was help people.
Spider-Man breaks Jonah's hand, telling him that now, even as a criminal, he'll help more people. He then threatens Jonah, warning him that if he writes anything bad about him again, he'll come back and break his other hand. Tensions rise as the Fantastic Four begin searching for Peter, while MJ decides to visit him and finds him sleeping in a strange position. When he wakes up, she asks if the reports about him killing are true, but Peter tells her about Aunt May and how he could have saved her if he had killed the Hobgoblin earlier, and without any more words, Peter leaves her and goes to the city. Until Shocker, a second-rate thief, attacks him. Scorpion, another villain, joins the fight too, but Peter quickly uses the symbiote and begins suffocating him. Shocker realizes that the rumors about Spider-Man are
He's
true.
like, oh my God, no, Spider-Man's actually killing now, no. The heart drop on these men once they realize, like, Peter is not, he's not taking y'all to jail anymore. Like, I'm just gonna end you right here, right now. So I don't have to worry about it. All right. Oh my God.
And starts using his powers, injuring
This was
civilians. But Peter doesn't even look at them, keeping his eyes locked on his prey. Spider-Man shows Kingpin what's left of them. Kingpin calmly gets up and tells him that he's found out his identity after researching the woman who died in the fire, Aunt May. He explains how he investigated him, hoping to kidnap his family or friends, but found no one, telling him that Peter simply has to live with the fact that nobody really cares about him. But Peter kills him with one punch. Dr. Octopus, Mysterio, Kraven the Hunter, and other Spider-Man villains realize that the only way for them to survive is to team up, so they decide to talk with Jonah, since he's the only one who saw the new Spider-Man and can provide information. Jonah instantly tells them that Spider-Man has to be stopped no matter what, and he decides to help them too. But as Dr. Octopus begins...
You know it's bad if Doc Ock is talking to Jonah. You know it's bad. It's hilarious because, like, Spider-Man is a hero and Jonah wants to claim Spider-Man to be a villain so bad, but here he goes working with Doc Ock and the rest of the villains. So who is really the villain in the first place? Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh my, Jonah. Spider-Man should have tore his up too.
Talking and thinking about ways to stop Spider-Man, he gets stabbed by one of his helpers. And that's when we find out it's Eddie Brock, the original carrier of the symbiote, who tells Doc that he can't let him kill Spider-Man because that's his job, since he wants revenge. As time goes by, Jonah joins the villains, and Eddie steals Dr. Octopus's mechanical tentacles, while the other villains say they're happy with the change, since they didn't like Otto anyway. We also find out why Eddie wants to kill Spider-Man, as he explains to Jonah that he was once a journalist who accused the wrong man of being the Sin Eater, and after Spider-Man uncovered the truth and found the real criminal, Eddie's career and life were ruined.
Wait, did you hear?
He's here!
Mysterio goes out and instructs them to remember the plan. As they spot Spider-Man in the forest, Mysterio creates a hologram to trick Peter, while other villains put on special glasses to see through the illusion. However, when they start looking around, they can't see him. Kraven tells them that he probably went back into the forest, but when he looks at the ground, he notices him appearing.
Mysterio!
Peter instantly kills him, then appears from the ground as Rhino charges at him.
This was your trap! You know how many times
Knocked his horn off. Now he's just a Dollar Tree juggernaut.
your trap! You know how many times I fought all of you! How many times I stopped myself from killing you!
Yeah? Well, you've never fought me!
Buddy. I don't even know who the fuck you are!
Electro tries to attack him, but Peter grabs him as Craven still calmly watches the fight. And that's when we see Jonah
he's a
in his
menace.
Spider Slayer suit.
Oh, he's a
Jonah
menace.
grabs him, and Craven traps him in a net as Spider-Man begins screaming, while Jonah tells him that all these years, he just wanted him to stop. But as the suit begins to disappear, Jonah realizes that Spider-Man is actually Peter Parker, so after the barn explodes, he runs outside with him and...
Many were lost, but the hunt is concluded.
Damn it, Parker. Why'd it have to be you?
And that's when
Why'd
we
it
see
have
the
to be
villains
you?
lying on the floor.
Are they all dead?
All except Craven and Brockok.
Oh, God.
You didn't do this, son.
Brockok.
From what you said, that suit made you into a monster.
Jonah tells Peter to relax, saying that the symbiote died in the fire. But as he drives, we see it clinging to the back of the car. Meanwhile, MJ and Black Cat discuss where Peter could have disappeared to. As they talk, Jonah rushes in and brings Peter with him. As Peter sits down, MJ tells him that they have to leave now. When Jonah asks why, Black Cat explains that revealing Spider-Man's identity was Kingpin's final move. So when Jonah looks out the window, he sees a group of police officers ready to storm the door. At the same time, we see the symbiote in the Baxter building talking to the Thing about Peter and how good their relationship was until Reed started to get involved. As the scene continues, we see more symbiotes and the Thing bonding with one of them.
I'll go talk to them.
Yo, a symbiote bonded with the Thing or any of the Fantastic Four that's nutty.
Them to see that this isn't Parker's fault.
Black Cat says there's no use, since Peter has already killed a lot of people. But Peter explains that he can still feel the suit alive, and that he has to find it. He takes MJ with him, and tells Black Cat to take Jonah home. When Jonah disagrees, Peter starts yelling at him, saying that the symbiote will come after him too. As he swings away with MJ, he begins to realize the seriousness of the situation, and how he let everything get out of control. He then notices the Baxter building completely consumed by the symbiote, and Peter admits to MJ that the desire to kill his enemies didn't come from the suit, but from himself. MJ calms him down, telling him that he's the best person she's ever known. So finally, Peter smiles and kisses her.
Everybody calm down!
The Avengers try to calm everyone down, but that's when Peter appears and tries to explain the situation. Johnny yells at him, saying that because of his suit, Reed and Ben are trapped inside. Sue tries to calm them down as Peter explains that they need to use fire to stop it, but Iron Man tells them they've already tried, explaining that the symbiote has taken control of Reed and used his intelligence to evolve. Peter approaches
that's
the entrance
crazy.
as MJ tries to stop him, but Peter tells her it's his responsibility and goes inside.
Damn it, Peter. Not by yourself!
I've got this!
All three of them enter the building and begin to notice a group of people in a trance-like state. MJ pulls out a gun as Peter continues to tell her to stay somewhere safe, but she refuses.
I'm scared. I've been doing this so long, I almost forgot what that felt like.
And that's when we see the infected Thing ready to attack.
I'm afraid of the darkness, but just maybe, instead of letting it use me, I can use it.
Peter begins beating him over and over again, but the Thing fights back until a bunch of heroes show up to
Hey,
help.
we got the
Peter tries to
X-Men.
recover from the punch, but falls on his face as Johnny tries to contact him. But when he looks up, we see Reed bonded with the symbiote. He tells Johnny that in Peter's honor, he will do what Peter wanted, save everyone. But to do that, he says he'll need more symbiotes like him. Johnny tries to attack him, but the being laughs, telling him that it's time to release his children, and
My God.
we see a bunch of symbiote goo exploding and raining on the people and heroes watching below.
Damn it, Spidey! Come in!
Spidey hears Johnny screaming for help as he wakes up, while the infected Reed keeps beating him and then grabs his head until someone shoots him in the back. It's MJ. But just when things couldn't get any worse, we see the other heroes in the building already infected. Peter warns Johnny about them as the symbiote reveals to MJ that Peter never fully bonded with it because he always had her on his mind. She gets surprised and asks if Peter truly loves her, and the symbiote confirms it, before adding that she's now simply an obstacle for him. Johnny grabs her and tries to take her to a safe place while the infected Reed stretches his arms, trying to reach them. Johnny tells Peter to go to Reed's lab and find a way to stop all of this, so Peter does. Sue notices what's happening and sees that the other heroes are infected, so she joins the fight. They all jump on Human Torch, and Captain America throws his shield, hitting Johnny and forcing him to let go of MJ. She falls, but Sue catches her. Meanwhile, in the lab, Peter discovers that the only way to stop all of this is by killing the main symbiote, the one controlling Reed. As Sue and Johnny continue fighting, they wait for Peter. Sue gets hit by the infected Thor, and the symbiote catches her. When Peter finally leaves the building, he sees the newly infected Sue and Reed staring at him. Peter tells the symbiote that if he lets MJ live and releases other heroes, he will give himself up willingly. But before symbiote agrees, he says it can't let go of Reed because he's too valuable, and he kills him. Peter quickly runs to the lab as the symbiote follows, telling him that there's nothing in the lab that can hurt him. The symbiote begins bonding with Peter, but then we hear his voice as Peter explains that Reed once created an image inducer for the Thing, a holographic device that allows someone to change their appearance. And that's when it becomes clear that the symbiote isn't bonding with Peter, but with the Human Torch, who had changed his appearance.
Thanks, Torch.
Peter watches the explosion with MJ, then moves closer to her as the heroes begin returning to normal, as we see Sue holding her dead husband, Reed Richards, in her arms. Days pass, and Jonah tells Brock that he needs to leave Spider-Man alone, just as he learned to do, telling him that once he does, it will become clear what kind of man he truly is, and that maybe Spider-Man is not the one to blame. In the end, Peter explains that after his identity was revealed to the world, he had to answer for his crimes. But since the heroes and others understood what it was like to be controlled by the symbiote, and that there was nothing he could have done, Peter was found not guilty. As time passes, Sue meets Peter and tells him that she doesn't blame him for her husband's death. Instead, she tells him that she tries to find meaning even in tragedy, so she gives him the Fantastic Four communicator badge, inviting him to take Reed's place and join the team. And in the end, the story ends with a twist as we see that Kingpin actually survived.
How? Did they stitch his face back together or something? What kind of, like, does King, I know Kingpin's just really a big dude, but like, what kind of powers does he even have any powers for real? How the hell did he survive a punch to the face from Spider-Man? And we saw brain matter. I don't know.
And that he's keeping a living symbiote with him, telling others that no matter what, Peter Parker has to die.
Peter Parker has to die. Yeah, okay. Bro, you ain't learned your lesson. Kingpin just will not learn his lesson until he dies himself. That's just how it's gonna have to be, honestly. You guys let me know down in the comments below. Yo, that was crazy. That was insane. That was a great story, though. I was not expecting the rest of that symbiote stuff. I thought it was more just Spider-Man just killing off all the villains and stuff, but no, that was fire. That was fire. Hit that like button, hit that sub button if you haven't already. Please, boys, we're trying to get to 10K. God damn it. And for those who have done that, I appreciate you. Much love to you. That'll do, though, boys. That'll do. Spider-Man begins killing his villains after Aunt May's death. That was pretty brutal. That was pretty brutal.